Yeah, a little closer there, Chris. A little closer.
Louder. Really loud.
I'd like to thank the race committee volunteers. Everything was just absolutely fantastic on the water. Great. All right, well, let's see. Starting with the classic, I'm just going to call the results in order, and then you can come up and I think we have everything sort of here and ready for you, so you can pick up your track.
Did they get to give a speech?
We'll think about that. All right. Third place, Formula Class, San Francisco Classic, Xavier Furlick.
Let's hear a little bit about the classic. Talk about the race a little bit.
Yeah. Xavier, you want to say anything?
Yeah,
come on, Xavier.
Adrenaline from yesterday, but talk about that race. It's gnarly.
I need to say thank you to Steve Sylvester for divulging all the secrets of the racing community here. I learned a few more yesterday. Obviously, I've got a long way to go, but I hope to give you a better run for Steph's money next year.
Yeah.
Great job with you.
Second place, Formula Class, Eric Christensen.
Nice, Eric. Speech. Come on, Eric. You gotta say.
This is the best time.
Well, one of the things I started off with was trying to emphasize the classic a little more than the challenge for me. So I picked a pretty small fin and a 9.0, which was pretty good. The other thing I said to myself was, this is a really long race. You know, do a conservative start, don't be over early. And then I'm going over, and I hear like the individual recall go, and I hear something forward, and I think that's me. And I broke my first rule right there. So but also it's a long race, so you know, keep going, and things happen to other people, and so I kept going, and really where I started catching up was on like the downwinds and the reaches. The kid I was on was pretty comfortable. I mean, and then being able to find where I caught up the most was where I was finally able to go deep off of R2 down to the top of the pier, and it was definitely a classic. And, thanks to the yacht club and all you guys. It was fun.
First place, Formula Classic, Seth Bessie.
Yeah, Seth. Speech.
Speak it up.
All I can say is I'm ready for bed. Thank God Eric thought he was over early and went back, because otherwise no way I would have gotten him.
All right, kite division. Third place, Joey Pasquale.
Let's hear it. Yeah. Got it.
Thanks, Chip, for the wonderful jacket here and the board. The board worked pretty good. And it was my first classic. It was great. Wow, I had no idea I would ever get that tired from kiteboarding, but it's a crazy race. And congratulations to Chip and Johnny for hauling ass downwind, and thanks, St. Francis.
Second place, kite division, Chip Watson.
Yeah, Chip.
Thank you.
Do I get to talk, Chris?
Let's hear it.
Yeah, what a classic race that was yesterday. And it's kind of a bummer that we didn't get a chance to talk yesterday when your adrenaline is pumping and you just finished off something like that. Because, you know, anyone who does that whole deal gets kudos for damn sure. Because it's a tough race, and it was really a blast battling it out with Joey and Johnny all the way down, and everyone making mistakes, and you know, ahead here, behind here. So made for a definite, very windy, challenging classic. I enjoyed it a lot. Thanks to the St. Francis Yacht Club, Ozone Kites, and Mike's Lab.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was another.
Johnny Heineken.
Woo! Johnny!
Yellow.
You do.
Thanks, Chip.
Say a few words.
Well, I'd say that was one of the more emotional hour and 10 minutes of my life so far. Starting with cracking my board almost in half Friday night, and then luckily Nils was in town, so I took it over there. Thanks to Mike for fixing me up. And then, God, the downwind was just crazy. Joey and Chip, we were like trading every mark, and then one of us would stack in between on the legs. I swam for a few minutes under Alcatraz because I listened to my dad about going east of it, so that's not going to happen again on a kite. And it says 3 seconds, but I had to wait for Chip because I didn't know which gap, so it was like 30 or 40 just for the record. Because the Cresty was like up in the middle gap, and then you couldn't see the boat at the lure gap. It was just, anyways, great race. Thanks for everybody that ran it. Thanks Gomes and JC for doing today. And congrats to the guys who could grind up wind. I just dogged it. I couldn't even go. So.